Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Get Real with Real Estate. So today we're going to look at two homes. The first one is in Mount Olive, North Carolina, and it's 81,900. These are active listings. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 834 square feet. Don't miss this excellent opportunity to own a well-maintained 2 bedroom, 1 bath home conveniently located on Main Street in Mount Olive, North Carolina. If you've heard of Mount Olive Pickles, same place. 834 square feet, which is, I will admit, is a small space for a whole entire house. But it only has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, so if you're one person, that's great, or you're downsizing, or you're starting out, that's a great little place for you to get for a good price. Let's see, they've had fresh paint on the interior. Of course, you'll have all your inspections. They have a detached garage, offers additional storage, so that's great to have a garage. Close to downtown, shopping, dining, schools, and community amenities. It's been on the market for 31 days and it's listed by David Cornegay. And there's the phone number, Cornegay Realty. So he must be a broker or someone in the family. Here's the MLS listing. I guess it came out of Goldsboro MLS. So there's your information for the listing agent to call if you want information about this home. Let's go down here. We already know, it has central air, heat pump, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. We know that. It's a very small house. We will know that when we get in it. Heat pump, space heater, electric. Let's see. It says it has a view. I don't know what the view is. Single family, 1950. It was built in 1950. Asbestos wood frame. Check that asbestos. That could be a problem because you don't want to have to remediate asbestos. And if you do, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And first of all, depending on what the asbestos is, like if it's the shingles on the outside, you can paint over it just fine, no problems. That's allowed. You just can't rip it off and throw it around everywhere. So you'd have to find out where that is. Foundation is blocked, so I think that's good. Sewer's connected, water's connected, so you probably have public utilities. No HOA. The taxes are $758 a year. That is incredible. That is incredible, those taxes. Let's see here. It was listed for sale on June 10th, 2026. There's no other information. So apparently whoever built it lived in it their entire life and maybe they passed away or their family's getting rid of it or they've moved to a condo. Who knows? It's a cute little house for $81,900. That's the price. The taxes went up from 2024 to 2025. I don't know if anybody's paid 2026. They're not listed here. But they went from 464, they went up 7% in 24. And oh Lord, let's see what they were. Because here it says they've gone up 62%. This is 758 from 464. They used to be down in the 300s. So I don't know what that's about, but you could check into that at their county website. It's minimal risk for flood. Car dependent, somewhat bikeable. I believe, depending on what they're talking about when they say bikeable, like you're not going to bike down to the Starbucks in the grocery store and pick up dinner. You know what I mean? But you can ride a bicycle anywhere, and I will keep saying that. Um, Carver Elementary School, 9 out of 10. That is a very high rating. Very good for the elementary school. 7 out of 10 for the middle school. Not bad. Could be better. Work on that. Southern Wayne High School, I'm sorry, but that's horrible. You need to work harder on that in Mount Olive or wherever that school is near you, because kids deserve better. Now let's look at our um, street view here and see what we have. Okay, it's a small house, 834 square feet, I think I said, and but it's cute on the lot, isn't it? It's got some shrubbery you could trim up. I don't know what type of tree that is, but it's flowering, whatever it is. Let's see what's over here. So you just drive into the yard, and that's where you'll drive into. And there's probably a lot of little small houses around through here. It could be people who worked at the pickle factory, 60 years ago, and they built these houses for them. Now we have some apartments over here. Looks like duplexes. I don't know what that is. It could be apartments, it could be public housing. I have no idea. We don't have sidewalks or curbs. Do we have any sewer drains on the street? I don't see any sewer drains either, so that could be an issue. That's a beautiful hydrangea next door. So here we are. Looks like they've taken the house. Let's go over here and be nosy. Because I think this house is being renovated or in the process, it looks like, so that would be a good thing. So there's the little house. Cute. Small and cute. It's got a ramp in the front. I'll show you where Mount Olive is on the map in North Carolina. That's one of those fringe looking tree things in the front yard, I think. So you're right off of Main Street. There's a green space near you. I don't know if that's a park or not. But a lot of the houses I've shown you in North Carolina have been towards the coast. This one is not. This one will be more west. Not too far though. You could still get to the coast pretty quickly. I mean, down to Emerald Isle, Jacksonville, that way. Or you could go on down this way and hit Wilmington. It's not that far from Wilmington. So up above you, northwest, you'll have Raleigh, and to your west, you'll have Fayetteville, Goldsboro's up here. So if you needed to get to hospitals or anything that were larger, it would be pretty easy from this area. And in the grand scheme of things, this is where you are in North Carolina. Okay, so let's go back to our listing and see what we have in our photographs. Okay, that's cute, right? So you have a lot of windows, so that's good for lighting. It looks like there's a central heating unit there. Decent sized yard. And they were renovating the house next door, so that could be done. We have a kitchen here with a back door. It has everything but a dishwasher. It's probably vinyl flooring. We have a ceiling fan. This must be a bedroom with a closet, 2 windows. That's nice. Carpet looks like it could use some cleaning. We have a small bathroom here. That's your only bathroom in the house, and it is quite small. I mean, here's another bedroom. You could brush your teeth and use the toilet at the same time. So I guess that would save you time and you could get to work faster. Maybe it would motivate you to get a bigger house. I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta just get crazy. Okay, so here we are in that bathroom. It is very, very tiny. It reminds me of a bathroom I had once in an apartment in New York City. So I know it can work. It might not be the happiest bathroom to be in, but it is there. And it looks like it's in working order. So here's another room. I don't know if this is probably the front room, the living room, and um I don't think there's a dining room in a house this small, and it has a ceiling fan. The carpet needs to be replaced. Here's a little back room. I don't know what that is. Sun porch, maybe? It's that little sun porch right here. I didn't see any space for a washer and dryer, but maybe it's in the... They said there was a garage. Oh, okay. Okay, so here's the garage. Now, I'm sorry, but the details and description about this garage made me think it was a lot better off than this. Yeah, she needs a little help. Okay. But you could still maybe, I don't know, you couldn't even park a car in there because I don't know. You'd have to see it. Now this unit, this air conditioned unit, I don't know if it's in working order or not, but it is very old and it's rusting out, so you need to check into all of that, and the electric box is rusted out. So you'd want to, get your plumbing and electric and roof and everything inspected. I always say do your floor joist and, everything. Get a good look at everything. Make sure it's the way you want it to be. And so here's our first house on East Main Street in Mount Olive, North Carolina. So now we're going to shift on over not too far from there in another area of North Carolina called Whiteville. And let's go down here. We have 109, 109,000. We're at 115 South Franklin Street in Whiteville, North Carolina. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,920 square feet, built in 1904. Been on the market 219 days, listed by Eric D. Hill at Atlantic Blue Realty LLC. There's the phone number. Here's the MLS listing number right here. Let's look at our street view. Well, that absolutely is the side of the house, I believe. I'm not, because, that has to be the side of the house, right? Let's go over here. We have some little outhouse out there in the back. I wonder if that goes with this property or another one. Okay, so here we are on the side of the house. So I believe the front door is probably here. So let's pull out a little bit. Okay, so we have a nice big yard. It looks like it's in decent condition, doesn't it? We have like a raised patio, or maybe that's a flower bed. It has a fountain in it. Okay, this would be the front, because there's the front door. You have a nice brick walkway with brick pavers. From here, the foundation looks okay. There might be a little something right here. It looks a little bowy there, but it could be the photograph, because it looks like the photograph was piecing together there. It would be cute to put a white fence around this yard, wouldn't it? I think I would probably paint this house because I'm not crazy about that color, but you do have a lovely porch that wraps around to the side. Oh, and you have a water fire hydrant right on the corner, which is really great because you know what? You may not know this, but that fire hydrant right there is going to cut down on your insurance bill. We have a sidewalk. I don't see any gutters. That just looks like somebody threw slabs down and called it a sidewalk, but they're on both sides. So over here we have another raised bed garden, which is really pretty. We have town garbage pickup apparently because there's 2 cans. See, they have these beautiful gardens here. It's cute, isn't it? These little raised beds that kind of defines the area right here. It goes all the way around there. Like it comes in the driveway like a little wall, goes all the way around there. That's beautiful. That's really good work. That's pretty. And it goes down that side as well. In your driveway, you have a concrete driveway that comes back here. I don't think there was a garage, but this looks open enough you might could park a car in there. It looks like there might be 2 spaces. And this could even be a guest house. Wouldn't that be great? So let's swing around here. Here's where your street view is on the other side. Because they always tell us we have a view. Everything has a view. It's just what is it? That's a really cute house across the street. Okay, so let's go to our listing. And we will see where we are. I'm just going to show you on this small map here, because you're not that far from where we were in Mount Olive. You're close to Lake Waccamaw, which is a beautiful lake, and I think they used to have a big pottery thing there, like it was big with pottery. Um, I remember that years ago. So we have the Great Swamp Preserve here, the Green Swamp. We have the Juniper Creek Game Land here. not too far away. Brunswick, Tabor City's over here. I believe that was a big tobacco place back in the day. And then, of course, you're not that far from the coast at all. You're actually closer to the coast than the other house was. And we have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,920 square feet, as I said earlier. They say there's no parking. There is no parking. How is there no parking? See, I told you it said it has a view. It has a view of a house across the street. That's the view. Built in 1904, single family, wood frame, vinyl siding, slab and crawl space. That's interesting. Shingles. No HOA, not in a subdivision. The town is called Whiteville. The taxes are $1,090 a month. That is amazing to me. My 1 bedroom apartment in New York City was over 5,000, and that was years ago. So when I see taxes like this, I almost giggle. Okay, so let's go look at our photographs. I don't know why they would say there's no parking. There was definitely parking. So here's the house from the front. Um, the picture could have been better, I think. Here it is from the street. The lighting is terrible. I mean, it's not a great time of day, I guess, to take a picture of the front of that house. Here's the porch. Now, the wood looks like it could be a little questionable on the porch. You might want to check that. But it's a lovely porch. The roof looks great. The windows look great. The railings look great. There's your fire hydrant that's going to save you on insurance. Now, here we are. I'm assuming we came in the front door, but I am not sure. Nor am I sure of what this is. I don't know if this is, I mean, it's obviously wood, but is it decorative? Um, is it holding up the house? What is it? I would want to know what that is. So there's probably a gas heater right there. I don't know if it's natural gas or propane. The carpet needs to be replaced. And there might be some kind of odor in that carpet. I don't know if there was pets or whatnot, but they do have a deodorizer sitting right on top of a heater that gets hot. Not a good idea. I have no idea what these rooms are. They could be bedrooms. They both have the same type carpet, which looks filthy and needs to be cleaned. Of course, everything needs to be painted. If you don't like this wallpaper, you've got to change that. The windows look great, and they have nice um, detail on the windows there. All the windows seem to have that. They look to be in good shape. Here's a bathroom. We have 2 bathrooms in this house, so here's one. Um, just give it a good cleaning. You could use it while you renovate, but you're definitely going to want to redo this bathroom, I think. I don't know if this is the other bathroom or the same bathroom. It's hard to tell the way the photographs are, but it needs to be updated. Now I'm assuming this might, I don't think this house did it say it had a basement? Hmm. Because this looks like some sort of stage and bar area, and then there's a dressing room over here or a bathroom. Hmm. This is interesting. Oh, and here's the other side of that. So that is, I'm not sure. Look at that little short window. The ceiling looks relatively low, so I'm thinking it could be, I don't know what that is. Maybe it was the garage and that's why it looks like that, and they were building it in or renovating it or something. I don't know if there was a flood and they had to take it up to here and redo it. It looks like this was a party room and that might have been the stage. Maybe they were running a dance party out of here. Okay, so I think what this was it's not that little house in the back, so it must be the garage or what used to be the garage. And this was like I don't know, this is a bar Well, I would just like leave the bar there, stock it all up, paint all this, put up some beautiful curtains, some theatrical curtains and lighting, and this would be where all your friends could come together and do karaoke on the weekends. Wouldn't that be a blast? That's exactly what I would do to that room. Okay, here's the walls. Yeah, because this was the garage. Because there's the outside of the original house. You see the wood siding and the brick foundation right there. So they closed in the garage. This was added on. Whatever this room is, it was added on. Whether it was a garage or not, I don't know, but it was added on. And it was some kind of party entertainment space because there's speakers on the walls here. Here's another bathroom that looks like it probably needs to be renovated as well. You might could still use the shower enclosure if you wanted to, but it needs a good cleaning. And here we have an entire section of missing floor. Now you could just buy this house and maybe put plexiglass over that or something and leave that chained off and tell people it's a museum and that you have a historical house and those are like wood beams from like 4,000 years ago or something, but they probably think you're crazy. So you're going to have to redo this floor. And because I see this, I would check every joist in this house to make sure they're not rotted with termites. Get a termite inspection on this house, even if you don't get anything else because there's some reason this floor is uncovered and it looks like wood rot, which could have been termites. I don't know, but it's going to have to be replaced, and it is bearing weight of this fireplace as well. So you need to really get someone to look at that for you because you don't want to keep this chain here. Okay, we have a chained off kitchen. So apparently the same thing is happening in the kitchen with the floor joist. If the joists are fine, you can just redo the subfloor. This whole entire kitchen's going to have to be renovated. Um, yeah, okay, this house is priced a little high for what I'm seeing here. Let's see. I don't know where this space is, but it is a wreck and it needs to be completely renovated, whatever it is. It might be that little tiny house in the back, maybe. I'm not sure. If it's that little tiny house in the back, then that's one thing. You can deal with that later, but I don't know what the little tiny house is. Maybe you could live in that while you were, well, I guess this is the tiny house. So we have a little sink with its own little hot water heater. Isn't that cute? Maybe they had a hair salon in there or something. I don't know. Looked like they had a disco in the house, so could have been a hair salon. This is the other side of that room, and you could put a little business in there. I mean, you have water. Or it could be your workspace or your studio space if you do something, and you need a studio space that has a little air conditioning in it. And so that is the house um, on Franklin Street in Whiteville, North Carolina. And I will say that you might be fooled by the outside of this house because it looks pretty good. But when I see those floors inside, that's a sure sign. Now you've got two bathrooms to renovate and a kitchen. I think this house price, if they want to sell this house quickly or within the next year, they should probably drop this price down to about $75,000, and that's what I'd offer on it because 109 is, I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. Um, Even though it has 1,920 square feet, that just means 1,920 square feet you're going to have to renovate. And it's not cheap, and things are more expensive now, so it's going to cost you a bit. So we're in Whiteville, North Carolina, and the other one was in Mount Olive for 81.9. And I guess if I was choosing today between those two, I'd be moving to Mount Olive, North Carolina. So if you look at either one of these houses or you buy the other one and you do all that fixing up, just please let us know how it turned out for you. And we'll see you again soon on another episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate. If you have any questions, just send me the messages, comment. I will read them and respond to you as quickly as I possibly can. I'm not a real estate agent. That's why I tell you who is the listing agent to call them. Their phone number is available. And so if you look at any of these houses, do all your inspections. your electrical, your plumbing, your floors. Make sure under the house the flooring is good. Your heating systems, air conditioning systems. Look in the attic. If they don't want to go in the attic, make them go anyway. Um, Take 400 pictures to take home with you and ponder over. And but even if you come into a house like that one for 109 in Whiteville with all the floors like they were, and the kitchen that needed completely renovating and the bathrooms, don't just run away from it if it's a place you'd like to live and you like the area, because you are close to the coast of North Carolina, which is very beautiful. It probably is in a flood zone, just like most everything in that part of North Carolina. So if you do, I wish you the best of luck, and let us know and leave us some pictures on the community page if you renovated or bought one of these homes. And we'll see you for the next episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate.